Hi, my name's Ken Page. Today I want to talk to you about sending love and sending light. And this is probably the most confusing thing that's out there in metaphysics or out there in the world, okay? Because it's energy. Remember, each one of us love in a different way. We love based on how we've been loved, right? We do not know anything else other than, except when it comes to our animals. Because we're probably more unconditional with them because they don't judge us. Or our children, until they get mouths and then they start becoming something different. But most people are conditional. So we become very strange about love, okay? So if I send, so let's say somebody is sick or hurt or needs help, and I send them love, it is love based on how I love. It's energy based on how I love. Do you get that? I'm telling you the truth. I swear it's the truth. I'm talking about 50,000 people, and they're all confused about this. So it's really an important word to understand. It's probably the most complicated word in the whole world, love, because it means something to every single one of us. 7 billion people, each one of them love a different way. But that's why sometimes when we find somebody who loves like us, we feel that connection, that soulmate, as they might call it. But if you send love to somebody who's sick, and it's energy, what happens is, now this is going to be confusing to you, but what happens is I send that energy to that person. Have I just intensified whatever they've created? Are they a creator? Are you a creator? Are you a creator and they're a victim? That's the way most people feel, or they're overwhelmed. But if I send energy to them, it intensifies, and what comes back to me is what I don't love. Do you understand that? But can you imagine? We all have weak places. I just had a knee revision, so that's kind of a weak place for me. Okay, so when that energy comes back, it goes to the weakest part of my body. And most of us, it's our kidneys, our liver, our lungs, our heart. That's the weakest part. But imagine that energy comes back, and we start looping with that person. And how long does that take? How long does that continue, right? It continues for days or weeks. It's something so serious. And of course, in Reiki and in many healing modalities, they tell you to send long distance healing. How do you do that? And they say it's whatever a person's higher self says. They don't even connect to their higher self because they're in survival. When you're in survival, you're not connected to your higher self because you have no time, right? You're trying to survive. But they don't look at look, we have some things that have been taught for over and over and over for 30, 40 years, the same things, and they don't change. It's just like when we write a book. That book changes 50 times in 10 years because we get a different insight. Oh my gosh, and it changes this, and we get something else, and it changes that. That's why it's easy for us to make small amounts of books and change it. We're about ready to write another book. The same book we have written 4 times, so we're going to write it again, the way it works. And it's completely changed because we're adding things that people don't understand, or we're telling them to look at this, and we're giving them insight. But I do not want you to send love. And I know that sounds so bad. I know that sounds outrageous. And I know that sounds not spiritual or not holy. But what I want you to do is to love yourself. I am you, me, all of us are a full-time job in learning to love ourselves. Because I have to love the way I look. And remember, I have double judgment. When we get older, we judge ourselves. Okay? So when I'm older, I have to judge myself according to others. And then I have to judge myself according to how I was versus now. And it really gets complicated. So I love what I am, okay? I am not perfect, but I love the way I am. And I have unconditional compassion for that person who's not well. And with that compassion, without judgment, it allows for a space to be created to where they can choose to be healed subconsciously. A space. A quiet space when there's chaos. A quiet space if they have cancer or whatever disease it is. That's all we can give them, is a space for them to heal. We cannot be responsible for healing them. All we can do is be responsible for healing ourselves. And I don't know about you, but I have a lot of baggage in my life that I have to change or heal. So think about this. And please, folks, I understand what you've read. I understand what they've told you. I understand all these things. But if you're not well, if you're not feeling good, do not send any type of love or light to anyone else. Okay, let's say you're feeling really good, but let's say your child is not well or somebody in your family's not well. That energy comes back, and if you're strong, that the weakest part of your family will get that energetics. So do not drag other energetics into your home or your business. It's a really, really complex and big deal. And it can really, it's like add chaos, okay? It's like going to a high school and then bringing it all home. It just adds chaos. But just think about these. And we've written about this. I have graphs, and I have pictures, and I have all kinds of information you can get free to really look about this and understand it. So I want you to spend some time, if you get some, and listen to our audio show. It's an hour on this subject, an hour. And look at all the different things we've written, because we've written 30 years of this. And it was our understanding one time, and then our understanding how it added to this, and our understanding, and it's all the things we have learned. So on KenPage.com, really look, understand, and thank you.